Hi. This is going to seem kind of random to you, but I have a point. Skillet, Hinder, Buck Cherry, Puddle of Mud, Kid Rock, Saving Abel, Godsmack, Hailstorm, All That Remains, Stone Sour, Saliva, Cavo, Paramore, Pop Evil, Sick Puppies. Did I mention this? Papa Roach. And you could throw in Bullet for My Valentine. Now, all of these bands, go away. All of these bands, they share a common denominator. I'll give you a little bit of time to figure out what that common denominator is. I got something growing down there. That ain't a penis. Huh? Oh, have you figured it out yet? Oh, well, if you haven't figured it out by now, I will tell you. All of those bands that I've listed off, all these bands, yes, they are, for the most part, modern rock, and they all suck immensely. They all share equal levels of ineptitude. They all suck ass. They suck and they're modern rock. Suck, modern rock. Modern rock, suck. Modern rock sucks. I said it. Modern rock sucks. And if you're part of the older generation, you probably heard that back in your day too. But I'm sure back in the, if I was living in the 70s and I had the mind that I had now, I probably would have been in musical heaven. Except for the whole disco thing, you know. I mean, come on, bands like Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd, Deep Purple. I mean, come on, fucking Led Zeppelin. You can't argue with those bands. That was real music. That was rock. You can't say what real music is, John. I just did. Well, you're gonna really spit on people because they listen to, you know, Puddle of Mud. I am. You're an idiot. But John, nothing. I still haven't finished. There is one band that's conspicuously absent from a shitty band list. If you were to create just a list of shitty bands, pop sucks too. I can't stand Lady Gaga. Kesha can go die in a hole for all I care. Lil Wayne can go get murdered. I don't care about any of this pop and rap shit, okay? And yes, I will spit on you for your musical taste as well as your religious taste too. I don't have any shame. I don't care. But if you were to make a hierarchy of shitty bands, okay, ignoring pop and ignoring rap, because I can go on how shitty those two genres are all day. There's no point in revisiting that realm. If you were to make a hierarchy of shitty bands, my list would probably include many of these bands, if not more that I haven't mentioned already. But at the top, taking the #1 spot on the litany of horrendously shitty bands that seem to incite such vitriolic contempt, anguish, anger, distaste, just this rotten, boiling hate that just boils in the pit of my stomach. If there's one band that can do that better than any band in the world, it is none other than Nickelback. None other than Nickelback. No other band, just by the sound of the vocals, even if I hear an opening chord from one of their songs, it just seems to incite such bitter, vitriolic hatred that just seems to churn up my esophagus and just seems to spew out everywhere and everybody, and I start cursing and swearing and saying fuck this and fuck that, and that's usually a good thing, you know, but for me it's not, because I'll even start cursing at old ladies who are walking down the side of the road who have no business with me whatsoever. I'll hear shaking hands come on the radio. And I'll see a little old lady with a little Bichon Frise or bitchin' for whatever those fucking dogs are called. I'll say, fuck you! For no reason at all. That is how pissed off Nickelback gets me. No other band can get me that pissed off. Metal bands can, but that's a good anger. That's anger I could put towards fucking headbanging, you know? But Nickelback, trying to headbang to Nickelback is like trying to jerk off to a nude picture of fucking Rosie O'Donnell. Or a nude picture of Betty White or something, okay? It's just not fucking possible at all because it's Nickelback. Why do you hate Nickelback so much, John? I mean, they're just out making music. Yeah, they're making shitty music. Shitty music that everyone is getting hooked on. It's like crack, and that's usually what they sing about. Crack, drugs, getting laid, hookers, going out to a bar and partying with friends like a bunch of monkeys and wild animals, sex. That's pretty much all they sing about anyway, so I may as well be on crack when I'm listening to it. It'll just add more. It's kind of like smoking weed to listening to Pink Floyd. But do not ever mention Nickelback in the same realm as Pink Floyd. I'll probably kill you. Now, If you listen to their last album, Dark Horse, which I will give them credit. Curb and The State were pretty good albums. Silver Side Up is alright, especially the song Never Again. That was actually a song about a social issue. It was something other than getting laid and drunk. And then, whatever that, the Long Road and All the Right Reasons came, and then came the song Animals. Everybody was singing that fucking song. All these burly, cut-off sleeve, hairy, macho, preening, posturing, strutting guys were singing, "Hey, I fucked my girl. We were like animals sitting in the car last night, man." Yeah, tell it to someone else. "Oh, you should have seen us." Yeah, I probably would have bleached my eyes, Bruno. But after that came Dark Horse. Dark Horse, of course, is a term meaning something that an unknown object coming to the forefront out of nowhere. Something, you know, just like an unknown, like a team in football. A dark horse is a team that you think is going to suck, and then they come out and surprise everyone. Well, this was not a surprise to me. It was a dark horse to begin with, and it should have just stayed in the dark. Dark Horse had the distinction. There was a pattern. And in fact, let me look at this for you. Out of all their singles that they released 8 singles from that album. Out of 11 songs, they released 8 singles. Gotta Be Somebody. Something in Your Mouth. Oh my God. Look at some of the... Let's talk about a little bit of the lyrics from Something in Your Mouth. Gotta meet the hottie with the $1 million body. They say it's over budget, but you pay her just to touch it. Come on! Dirty little lady with a pretty pink thong. Every sugar daddy hitting on her all night long. Blah, 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 blah. And then, the worst lyric quite possibly ever penned in rock music. You're so much cooler when you never pull it out. Because you look so much cuter with something in your mouth. Yeah, regular Dr. Seuss's these guys all are. You see what I mean. Rock music like this. And then after that, they released a couple more sappy little fucking ballads. If today was your last day, if today was my last day, Nickelback would be nowhere near my playlist. I'd Come For You. Not if you were playing this shit. And then Burn It To The Ground, which is of course the theme song from Monday Night Raw. Which pretty much invokes hypocrisy in my mind, because Monday Night Raw is supposed to be this PG show, but Burn It To The Ground is basically a song about getting drunk, going to a bar, and getting kicked out, and getting drunk. Yeah. Never Gonna Be Alone, another sappy fucking love song, whatever. Shaking Hands, another dirty piece of shit rotten song. And This Afternoon, another dirty piece of shit rotten country-esque song. They tried to go country. And pretty much every song in country is about getting drunk anyway, and that's my big problem. Now, I have no problem with getting laid. I do it every night. I have no problem with beer. And I have no problem with drugs. If you want to go on drugs, fine. But when you release every single song and it seems to be about the same motherfucking subject, come on. 8 out of 11 songs released as singles on this album. And the only good song on this album that was not released was a song that was actually about a real issue. Drug addiction. And they did not release that one. In fact, they had to stay with the fucking modern rock crowd. And they kept to their guns, which they're probably going to keep for the rest of their fucking pathetic, inept lives. And they didn't release Just to Get High. And that is actually a song about a friend that he had. Maybe it's about a friend that he had or something just pulled out of his ass. I don't know, but it was a guy who was addicted to drugs and he was sick of seeing him like that. And, you know, it was actually a good song and they didn't release it as a single. But, of course, playing to the stupid modern rock crowd, these kids that love this kind of shit, all these stupid fucking 15-year-old kids I see running around singing Champagne by Cavo. Or that stupid song by Buckcherry. Crazy bitch! Huh? Oh my god. Nickelback, they have taken what could have been skill. In fact, the song Just to Get High had a fucking guitar solo on it. It was an actually sort of decent guitar solo, and they still didn't release it as a single because they didn't want people to see that they might actually have hidden talent deep down underneath their fucking guise of drinking beer, taking shits, and passing out in bars. Ugh. I say if you cut Nickelback off the radio, you take off probably about 50% of the garbage on modern rock radio today. But no, music today is just fucking crap, and Nickelback has their hand on the flusher. They pretty much have their hand on the flusher, and every time one of their songs comes on the fucking radio, they just release a little bit more, and that water starts to pool in the bowl, you know, to get those little shit streaks off. And then with their next album, they're probably just going to... And all the shit in the bowl, in the form of all of these different bands that suck these, are going to flush straight into the sewer. We'll never hear them again. And good music like Pink Floyd, Metallica, Megadeth, and other bands will come to the forefront. I can dream, can't I? Fuck Nickelback and fuck all their fans.